South Carolina.
Yep. Is it nice there this time of year, or is it kind of
It's
hit and
getting there.
miss?
It's actually cooler than usual for this time of year, and it's kind of pissing me off. Like we're only in the 60s, which we're usually well into the 70s by now. So
Yeah, it's a beautiful place, man. It was one of my bucket list ones when you had your event there last year, and plus I love to golf, so of course that's the golf mecca of the freaking country.
yeah,
But I really do want to go back and actually spend time before, 'cause like any of these events, if you don't actually purposely go a couple days before or stay a couple days later, you kind of miss going around and seeing all the stuff that you kind of went there in the first place for. So
yeah. When I went to yours a couple of years ago, I literally didn't see anything other than the hotel and the other places we went.
exactly. Well, good
So
deal.
hopefully you'll take some time to kind of poke around and see Arizona a little bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
Yeah, that's it. And we have a lot of people that come out and do that. I just talked to one of the speakers this morning. They're going to be out here like 8 days. So,
Oh wow.
so they're going to go to Grand Canyon. They're going to do Sedona. They're going to do the whole Arizona thing. So, which is, I mean, that's, you got to do it. You got to do it at least once. So that's cool. So so tell me what's going on in 2025 with, you and Legit and all that good stuff.
A lot of we're building a lot of new technology into the platform. Like we have AI assistant and things like that to help address some of the biggest problems that we've gotten. Not problems, but like feedback that we've gotten, where people say they don't know what to buy, or there's so much to buy they don't know what to buy, so they don't buy anything. So we're building in different tools to do that, and then other things to help people manage their business. So we're more than just a marketplace. And then personally, I've also been building a bunch of tools and apps and stuff with AI because it's easy, and I don't have to wait. No offense to developers, but I don't have to wait for developers to do things anymore. At least like simple things. So I still can't integrate anything into the site. I don't know how to do that, but I've built some cool stuff myself. That's actually what I was doing before we signed on. So,
oh, that's cool. Yeah, I like the idea because that's always one of the things, especially in a marketplace scenario, that where do you start? You got 10 people that do link building. Where what do you do? What do you try? All that kind of stuff. And obviously, the bigger the marketplace, the more that even gets a little bit more confusing. And so that's really cool.
I call it the Netflix problem because there's so many options that you end up watching nothing.
Exactly right. 100%. You just go to a different channel or whatever.
Yeah.
Go to Hulu and just spend another 45 minutes over there.
Yeah.
But yeah, no,
that I anticipated when we started, along with people, the other one being that people buy the wrong things or don't know what to buy. I'm trying to not insult our customers, but they buy things for the wrong reason. And that's the other problem we're trying to solve. So
yeah, it's a tough one though. It's like I said, it's one of the things that and I've been buying stuff since you guys first started, so I've still got my little posse of people, but I do like to venture out and try new things, and especially around the GMB world, because like I've told people a million freaking times, I'm not a GMB master or a GBP master. There's people out there like Jordan and some other people that are just way better. But I learn, I test, I do the things I'm supposed to do to get my clients to rank. But that is really cool and exciting. I don't know how you're going to pull it off, but it's pretty cool that
we already have the AI set up to where you can ask it like, I have a window cleaning business in, I don't know, Detroit, and I need to get more sales through my website. What should I do? And it'll look at what other people with similar businesses have done and give you recommendations both on what you should do and who you should use to do it.
Oh, right on. That's freaking cool.
Very cool.
So now, is that going to be, again, I'm not going to know how the AI algorithm is going to work with that, but is it going to be like somebody that's, that's got a really good system that has a lot of great feedback, or how is that going to kind of?
Well, it looks at what other customers have done and had success with, and uses that to generate its answers. Yeah, it's over my head too. Like I don't understand how it figures that out, but I know that that's what it figures out.
Mm-hmm. For sure. That's pretty cool though. That's like I said, it's and you guys have done a couple remodels to the user experience, which I like a lot. So
got more of those coming actually.
Yeah, I always go to my favorite pages, back orders. So, what was that guy's name again? So But no, that's great that you're doing that. So are you using AI anywhere else, like in your agency or anything also, or you just?
I mean, just little stuff, content and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But the big one for me is like building apps. Like basically, I want to get to where anything I need, I can have my own version of it, with exceptions. Like I'm not going to try to rewrite Microsoft Office or something, but
Yeah,
like
for sure.
I know if I, like, for example, I made a copywriting tool to help like freelancers, and I use it myself to like write sales pages that don't suck, because that's something that happens a lot, unfortunately.
Yeah, oh, it does for sure. And we've been, my main thing I love about it, and it's again, I do still preach and believe that you have to personalize whatever chat you're getting ready to do. But I love the results that come up that you never even thought of. It's just like, damn, how should I market to a
Yeah,
specific industry using email marketing?
yeah,
Something simple as that. And some of the ideas it comes up with is just like, wow, geez, I never thought I could do that. That's pretty freaking simple. I'm thinking just like a 3 or 4 step funnel system or something, and they're like, taking it to the next level. And so that's the fun stuff that we're doing with it and we're doing a lot of automations too. But I just think that that's the best part of AI. And I think if businesses aren't at least using it for that, then geez, you better wake up quick.
well, the brilliant thing about it is the more often you talk to it with stuff like that, the better it gets to know you, and the
Hmm.
better the output you get is. Like I was asking it, it's not really business related, but I was asking it about, I forget what I was asking it about, but it said, well, since you have an interest in being a high optimization achiever, this is what I would do. And I was like, what makes you think that I'm that? And it's listed like all these other things that I'd asked it about. And it's like, it's kind of right. I never even told it that. And it just figured it out about me. So,
Yeah, it's pretty freaking cool. So I've one of my clients that he has a big IT business up in the Northeast, and we're helping him write his like third book, I think. Yeah, third book. So we actually inputted through systems his first 2 books, and then man, he's just having a freaking blast. And I keep having to remind him, look, you wanted to write a thin book. At some point you got to say, okay, this is volume 1 and stop or whatever.
right.
So
So,
because
and I mean,
it can
you
get
said you,
addictive.
through systems you entered in his own book. I mean, you need to show you. You may need to show me how you did that, because there's
Yeah,
no
well,
process of
basically, it's just
writing a book. And
we broke up his books into chapters of PDF chapters and loaded
okay,
them up, and because they're all different parts of the IT world. So this one's really based on the security of it, and so, but it was really cool and then we just finally asked it, what should we write about with this topic, and it just really like started spitting shit out, and
awesome.
so it was pretty good. It took a long time, not a long time. It took a while to get everything broken out as far as the way I tried to upload the whole book at once. It's like, no,
You could have
shit.
asked it to do that for you, though. You could have uploaded the whole book and said, break this into chapters in PDFs.
Yeah,
I've done that
yeah,
with spreadsheets
exactly. I
before.
found that out after we did all the freaking manual work of doing it. So luckily he had it electronically. If he wouldn't have had it
Oh
electronically, we
God,
probably wouldn't have gone down that.
yeah, because you would have had to scan it, and it would have been a whole thing.
Oh yeah, geez, I can't remember last time I scanned something.
Right.
So,
I shared this over to my channel and my Facebook as well. So if you're watching this on my channel, this is Terry Samuels, and I think his wife Elizabeth will be along soon as well.
yeah,
So,
she's dealing with her camera issue this
yeah.
morning. So we all know how that goes. You wake up and think everything's gonna be great, and then you spent 3 hours fixing something on your computer.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So okay, cool. So tell me a little bit about what you were thinking about talking about at spring training this year.
So the topic I'm going to choose is it's about. Well, I won't give the exact title away. I want people to come and see it, but it's about being omnipresent. So where somebody will, basically, I think the problem that every business has is they're too obscure, or not enough people know about them. Or if they do know about them, they forget about them. So I've created ways to make it seem like I'm everywhere you go. Whether you go to Instagram or TikTok or YouTube or Facebook, you'll see stuff that I put out. And then once you see it, you're going to start seeing ads from me as well. And it's really helped us grow and scale. And there's also, and I'm not going to give away what that is today, but there's a way that helps influence AI as well to
Right on.
get you more visible there. So I'm going to be talking about how you can be everywhere all at once. I don't want to say very easily, but easily, and how that will change every part of your business.
That's pretty freaking cool. Yeah, and again, this is the type of stuff that in today's day and age you need to be focused on. You need to be focused on, I tell people all the time. I had a guy message me the other day, what do you recommend for starting out? I'm like, you need to pick something and then get to a point to where you can just make sure that you become better than just being an SEO. If you're just going to be an SEO and you're not going to be, have a big play in conversions, have a big play in, I wouldn't even say down to the sales portion of it, but I mean, we'll even just freaking say, hey, what the hell are you answering your phone this way for? Especially to home service companies, if they answer the phone.
Yeah, right.
But the idea is that, one of the great things about going to events like this and yours and these other ones that we've all been to is that you can really, fine tune what you want to master. You should be doing a lot of things, but you also need to pick and choose at the beginning and don't get overwhelmed. One of my students is just, I've got to back him off. I'm like, dude, you haven't figured out on page yet. Let's not even go to off page yet. Let's take this one little step at a time. So, but again, it's if you're not doing something around that sort of, using AI for, and, figuring out, okay, how can I tell my clients, hey, for an extra $250 a month, I can automate your Facebook posts or something, so all those type of tools are out there now that you can build and do some pretty cool stuff.
Yeah.
So that's
Whenever I go to these events, I always hear, I see you every time I open this and every time I open that. And, obviously that works because people are saying it. So I'm going to show a lot of how I do that. I think it'll be really beneficial. I don't think a lot of people will do it, but they all should.
Yeah. Yep. I agree. 100%. So, all right, here's a question. How many Funkos do you have?
I lost count, and they have an app where you can like scan them when you get them, but then like they made me change my password, and then I would never get the password reset, and they would never like help me solve that. So I lost track, but I estimate around 2,000.
Wow, that's crazy. And I'm sure they're insured and all that kind of stuff. Huh? They got to be.
No, not really. They probably should be.
Yeah.
It's not like I don't care what they're worth. Like I just buy ones that I think look cool. When I started collecting them, that was a rule I made for myself because I knew if I started caring about how much they were worth, I would stop enjoying it.
Yeah, and I've done the same. I've got baseball cards and, well, not just baseball cards, trading cards from the 70s and 80s, late 60s even, and I've just had them in a tote locked away forever. So every once in a while I open the lid just to make sure they're all okay. But that's not it. So, but that's really cool. So anyways, let me talk a little bit about the schedule for spring training. So spring training is a little bit different than the other events that are out there. So last year was the first year. This is our 6th year, by the way. Last year was the first year we did something different. We did morning stage where we have 3, maybe 4 speakers in the morning. We go to lunch, and then after lunch, we have breakout rooms. So these breakout rooms are, like Elizabeth likes to call it, choose your own adventure. So we have a room for automation. If you want to go start learning different things you can do, how to automate, different things you can do to start going down that path, we have a room specifically for that. And there's 4 people that talk about automation. We have AI room when there's 4 people talking about AI and the different things you can do with AI. We also have an agency growth room. So if you're interested in building your agency and, like Chris was talking about, getting more reach, getting more exposure, we're going to have a room just for that. And then, of course, we have a room for SEO. So, we got, it just, like I said, pick and choose your adventure. If you want to go see a guy in AI one day and another guy in the on-page or SEO room the next day, totally pick your choice. So last year we had some people that just continued to network in the afternoon. So the idea of doing it this way was kind of just to have a, here, let me share my screen. Nobody's seen this before. This is my moving chessboard, by the way. Share
Do you need to tell you how to use it?
Huh?
Do you need me to tell you how to show it?
No, there it goes.
I'm just fucking with you.
Okay, let me see if I can blow this sucker up a little bit. Yep, there we go. Okay, so basically the first day, which is Friday, we have our morning registration. And then we started right off. So Ted Kubitis is starting off our event this year. The person that starts it and the person that ends it are really, it's kind of like my own personal decision because I would take a lot of pride in who's going to do that. So one of the big things that we look at is we want to make sure that it's, it's got a little bit of everything on the main stage. So this year we're going to have a 2-hour lunch, and the second hour of the 2 hours is either going to be a lunch and learn, or it's going to be a sponsor presentation. So one of the platinum sponsors can talk about their SaaS product or whatever. Chris Moore, if you guys don't know who Chris Moore is, I'll send you some research. Anyways, this guy, I think he owns about 25 different businesses. He's actually going to be our MC this year. So you're going to get to see a lot of Chris. He is probably the funnel master. This guy is just freaking incredible. So anyways, I'm not going to fanboy on him too much, but the breakout rooms, so they're an hour, they're 40 minutes each, and then you can go on to the next one. You can stay in that room for the next speaker. It's really up to you. So if you want to go see Monique one day, and then you want to see Chris the next day, you can set it up that way. So kind of make your own plan, make your own adventure. The VIP day is Thursday, Thursday before. In the morning, Marty Marion's going to do about a 2-hour workshop with all the speakers and all the VIP people. And then we're also going to have a second workshop of some sort. I haven't quite figured out yet. So the VIP, and then in the afternoon, we go out and have some super, super good fun at the VIP event that Elizabeth got planned for everybody. Thursday evenings, the reception, and that's for everybody. That's we've been doing this ever since the first one. It's the time that everybody gets to meet each other, and then, like I said, Friday it starts off. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday morning are the main event. We're doing a special James Slattery. James Slattery this year is going to close our event. If you haven't heard, James passed away last week. I think it was last week. And so we've got his presentation from Legit Live when he did it there. James is one of Chris and I's dear friends. So we're going to show that recap of that presentation he did. Also in the VIP day, we have a PowerPoint presentation that James did for the SEO Rockstars event last November that he was unable to attend. Gieran Green and James kind of put this thing together. Gieran's mentioned in the presentation. Anyways, Gieran's going to talk to us about that presentation the morning of the VIP day. So super cool. The guy's he's a legend. He was one of the nicest guys in the world. So we're gonna put him on stage one last time and let him kind of show off what he did at Legit, which is pretty cool. So anyways, like I said, it's a moving chessboard. Things can still change. We're going to post the actual schedule this week on the website. But like I said, it's still got some moving pieces in here. I've still got some blank spots because I've got people that, we're just checking on a couple more things to see if they're going to be able to come, stuff like that. So anyways, this is the cool thing about what I can think makes our conference a little bit different than everybody else's, because it's a no pressure afternoon. These events can become very long, especially if you're spending, 8 to 10 hours a day in each, in the big room, 2 or 3 days at once, so this type of system really hit home last year when people just raved about it. They love this. The breakout rooms are more intimate. So you're going to be able to ask questions. You're going to be able to, get specific information. It's not like you're trying to get your hand raised when 100+ people are trying to get noticed. So these events are these breakout rooms. Some people will present with a whiteboard. Some people will present with a PowerPoint. It's completely at the speaker's discretion. Last year we had one of the speakers that did a 15-minute presentation, and then it was, question and answers for 30. So again, these things are really cool. They're set up to be intimate. They're set up to be personal. They're set up to answer your questions, challenges, whatever you're going through with you or your business. Okay. So really, really cool. I'm so glad that when it's not that we thought about this, but last year I was just thinking, gosh, we need to break up the afternoon. So we were going to do some different, like, workshop type things. And I was like, you know what, let's just try the breakout rooms. And so obviously it's a little bit more maintenance management for us because we've actually got 4 rooms we need to take care of instead of just one. But we definitely think it's worth it. And we definitely think that, it's going to be another big, huge hit this year. So if you have any questions about any of that stuff, let me know. And then, like I said, we're full this year. We had 80, as of yesterday, 82 speakers want to speak at our event this year. And so, yeah, we're definitely full. I don't have any room for new people, but, I do have, for next year, we're going to do some masterminds next year. So we do have some events coming up if you'd like to be part of those too. So also, if you're interested in sponsoring, we have sponsor opportunities still available. So the sponsor opportunities does a number of things. Obviously, it gets you signage at the event. It gets you in an email signature for all of our email lists and all the stuff that we send people to. If you're a platinum sponsor, you actually get time on stage to speak to people, show your product off, do whatever you're going to do. You can have a booth, you can have all kinds of stuff. So if you're interested in sponsorships, contact Elizabeth or I, and we're happy to help you guys go walk through that path. So anyways, let me see. Do we have any questions? Cool. No questions.
I can't figure out this camera glitch, so I'll just deal with it. I'm sorry.
Totally fine. We'll get the same day Amazon delivery. We'll get it fixed.
Nice.
So do you have anything to add? I've just been talking away while you're.
I know. I've actually been listening to you. You are coming through loud and clear. I think everything is great. What are you looking forward to most, Chris? Like, I know you are a shy guy and, you're not all out there as much, but
I don't necessarily agree with that, but I don't know. For me, it's more the experience than any particular person or thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I love being able to connect with people. Like, it's been really great for us because, like, we don't have a ton of local friends or local people that we, talk business with, and which is entirely crazy because there's, a million developers and SEO people in the Phoenix area. We just don't have like a ton of really close connections. So for us, it's like, hanging out with your friends and, meeting new friends and getting to know everyone.
Yeah, it's cool when you go to one of these and you talk to someone and then you don't see them for 6 months and then you pick up right where you left off. Like you just continue the conversation.
Yeah, our tribe is really very unique in that aspect. I'm, really happy with our people. So.
Well, okay, Elizabeth, now that you're here, can you shut your camera? Can you shut your camera off and still be on the podcast?
Sure.
There you go.
Yeah. I need a picture.
Anyways, while you're doing all that, why don't you talk a little bit about the venue, the hotel and the area and all that good stuff.
Okay, so the hotel is really nice. We stayed there. We always try to stay before we start talking to the hotel, just because I want to come as like an anonymous guest and I want to see what the experience is like. I want to get to know the area. The reason that we chose this hotel, which is different from the others, first of all, reasonable price point. Like I'm thinking about all my people, like, especially if you're trying to grow an agency, you may not have all the resources that some of the more established agencies have. So I want to make sure it's affordable so that everybody can come. The great thing about this one is within a 1.5 block radius, there are 35, 36 bars, restaurants, ice cream shop, coffee shop, all the things. And I think that is super fantastic. Not just for the party crowd, but people can get together in their own little dinner groups. You don't have to worry about Ubering everywhere in case you're in an isolated location. So it's all super close. And you can strengthen those relationships and friendships that way as well. So everything is within walking distance. There's a couple of really nice steak restaurants. There is like vegan, there's taco, like I said, ice cream, breakfast, all the things. The restaurant on property we thought was great. If anyone knows Terry and I, we're big foodies. Like we're all about really good food. And it was a good value. It was good food. I let the hotel know that as far as our people, we tend to stay on property. Even if there's like a great huge nightlife and etc., we like to hang out in the bar, sit and talk and drink and share secrets and get the good nuggets of how do you really do this or what do you think about this. And they have tons of seating area there. The hotel offers live music Friday and Saturday, so it's not anything extra we have to pay for, which is nice. So there's a little entertainment, but tons of seating areas downstairs, off of the lobby, out on the patio, and just great opportunities to really connect with everybody.
Attached to a golf course, most important part.
Well, that's Terry's most important part.
No, it is a really nice hotel. One of the reasons we chose it is, not just because it's an older hotel that's been completely remodeled, but the property itself is just awesome. And then, like Elizabeth said, just right out the door, you were in restaurant, basically heaven. So for whatever you want to eat, it's like right there, walking distance. So, it's always weird trying to go to dinner with 8 or 10 people and, trying to all Uber there. We tried to really think about the venue a lot this year, especially the affordability. So Elizabeth got these rooms down, probably the cheapest rooms in the valley that time of year, for sure. And she got the resort fee waived, which was freaking awesome. So, we really spend a lot of time on the venue because, like I said, we know this is where the gold is. So, we all the speakers stay here, so you can network, you can see them at breakfast. I mean, just all the different ways you can kind of just experience the conference. The SEO spring training, or excuse me, SEO ST digital marketing conference. We went ahead and kind of semi. Not really branded, but we're more than an SEO conference. So
yeah, I've regretted for years calling my business Superstar SEO.
Exactly.
I can't get away from it now.
Yeah, for sure. And we've had people message us saying, "Hey, I'm not really interested. It looks like a cool event, but I really don't do SEO." And I'm like, I do a lot of AI stuff. I'm like, we do that too. So
good luck with convincing people that it takes a lot.
Exactly. So it is SEO ST digital marketing conference now. So
a little nod to spring training. Like, I mean, that's where we started, but you're right. Like we've had people that, media buyers, social media managers, different things like that. It's like, it's not just SEO. Yes, you're going to get some of the SEO tracks, but there's a lot more to offer.
For sure, 100%. Somebody asked here, is the event live or recorded? Yes, it's definitely a live event. Right now, we're recording it only for our marketing purposes and in case the speakers want to see their individual talk. But we have not finalized that. Chris will be the first one to tell you the hardest thing about these events are finding the audio visual people without using the hotel. So, and so that's one of the things that we've been working on. Elizabeth's been working on for 2 months now. So
earlier I was telling you about some of the cool AI stuff we built in. Himalaya here is our AI developer. So I thought I'd mention that.
Oh, right on. Cool. Well, welcome. AI developer. So can I hire him on legit?
I don't know if he has anything on there or not. He's very, very good though. Shaq is another one of our developers.
Right on. Look at that. Cool. Look at all these new people coming to our thing. That's awesome. Thank you, Chris, for doing it.
My pleasure.
So, but yes, the hotel, like I said, the hotel is a big, big, big part of why we do this and where we do it. So, it's really important to make sure that people are kind of staying, at least if not in the same hotel, the same general area. I love going to Vegas, but I don't like going to Vegas for events. It's just, hey, where are you staying? Oh, I'm halfway down the strip, so this is a little bit different. Come here with a plan. I tell people all the time, if you're having challenges, and I guarantee your challenges will be fixed. We will give you ideas to give you the ideas to fix your challenges. You've got to go implement. You've got to go do stuff. You've got to actually work. But we've never had anybody come to our events that left with still questions about how to do things. There's also a private Facebook group that everybody that goes to the event will have access to the private Facebook group. So we continue. Last year, I think we continued almost 3 months after the event with podcasts and webinars and stuff just for the group that went to SEO spring training. So this is more than just an event for Elizabeth and I. It's really a passion to, not just, show what we know, but also to people that we trust, know, and admire, to also have them show you what they know.
Yeah, for anyone that's ever not run an event, you know that it has to be a passion, because it's not worth the effort otherwise.
100%. Yeah, there's it's either passion or crazy. So
yeah.
Or a little bit of both. But it is an event that we encourage people to come to. You can't, live is, we know there's people all over the world. We get that. We have some people that we've helped get visas to come this year. This is the first year that we did that. So we realized that, recording, last year we did live stream. I'll never do live stream.
We considered that for about 10 minutes, and I realized how much trouble I have with like actual live streams. I can't imagine trying to do it from an event.
Well, and relying on the hotel internet. I mean, it just, it's so freaking crazy. So we're not doing live stream. I can tell you that right now. So, but
I can't imagine anyone watching a live stream that long anyway.
Exactly, for sure. Well, anyways, Elizabeth, do you have anything else about anything going on?
I actually have something you should probably make clear. What airport should people fly into? Because when I was booking my flight, it wasn't super clear.
Yeah, you want to fly. Yeah, Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport.
And there was like 2 options, so I wanted to. I figured it out, but I figured other people might have that question.
Yeah, matter of fact, we'll add it to this hotel page. So.
Yeah, and I do have it on the communications. You can fly into Gateway. It's out in Mesa. It's a lot smaller airport. Phoenix is the standard. So if you're, doing a direct flight, a lot of times that is where you're going to fly into. Southwest usually has really great deals on direct flights. We fly American, but wherever people are coming from, it is an international airport, so you're going to have a lot more options if you're traveling out of the country, from out of the country. But Gateway is not that bad, not that far, actually, from us. So
cool.
Yeah, no, it should be like I think the Uber. What's the Uber like? 25
20
bucks.
minutes. I have it on the sheet. Hold on, I have all those details because you know me. Let me pull that up. You guys chit chat for a minute and I'll find all that.
Yeah, it's not like, I've been to some events where you got an hour Uber drive.
Yeah, I went to one in Florida where I had to fly into Miami, and then it was like in Cocoa Beach, which is like an hour from Miami. It's not their fault. Like, that's just the way it is. But, thankfully here.
You were at that same Cocoa Beach event too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You were, yeah.
That was when we got to see my first SpaceX launch.
Yeah, that was really cool. That was unplanned, but
yeah,
it was pretty cool.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I've never seen it before.
Okay. Yeah. So, not to call out Chris, but if you had used the promo info that I shared with all the speakers, it literally has fly into Sky Harbor. An Uber or Lyft to the hotel is about a 22-minute average. It's 18 miles. And then the address for the resort, Crown Plaza, Phoenix Resort, Chandler Golf Course. Yeah. However,
I just figured that any little obstacle will make somebody give up. So I figured that it was worth mentioning.
Oh no, path of least resistance. I validate that, and then I've got the schedule laid out for anyone who wants to come in early for golf with Terry and the boys. That's sure to be a lot of fun, a lot of craziness. That is April 30th on Wednesday. We don't have the solid time yet because you can't book it too early. Thursday, VIP day, we're going to have, the mastermind, the play date, And then after in the evening, the welcome reception for everybody, 6 to 9, appetizers, cash bar. We've got a really nice grassy area on the side of the hotel in the shade. It shouldn't be too warm yet. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all the things. And then Tech Mastermind Sunday afternoon, which I know a lot of people really dig that Tech Mastermind. That's where everybody gets in, digs into all the things that you can and cannot do. What can you break? What can you hack? You know, the good stuff.
Yeah, Tech Mastermind's always the most popular day for sure. So, and that'll be Sunday afternoon. And then, yeah. So the conference officially ends Sunday at lunch, but then the Tech Mastermind's after that.
Yep.
Cool. Good deal. Anything else?
So how do we get more people on Legit, Chris? I've gone there to try to look for people. Like I'm looking for, you know, certain VAs for certain things. And we need to obviously push you out there and get more options.
What do you mean? Like you need, is there something you need that you couldn't find or what?
Yeah, I've done a few searches. I can talk to you offline and see if, you know, you have some resources, but I have been looking for people recently.
Okay. Yeah, the search.
Terry definitely needs to hire for schema. I know that. He's up to his eyeballs in schema.
Yeah, we're hiring
with that.
Okay.
Yeah, and the search is like super specific, and that makes it hard to find things sometimes. So we're working on that. So like if you put like the plural of something rather than the singular or vice versa, and it will only find that version. So it's like needs work.
Okay.
Yep.
So if anybody,
you can also ask the AI. That would be better. So there's a chat in the bottom right hand of the screen. You can ask the AI, and it will find somebody for you for sure.
Nice.
That's pretty. Yeah, we were just talking about that. That's pretty cool. So, and if you're interested in coming, use Chris's coupon code. The speaker that brings the most people is going to get a pretty cool prize at the conference. So yeah, it's but let us know, please message us if you got any questions at all, any challenges. If you want to come to the event and you're trying to figure out things, yeah, it's probably too late to do visas and stuff like that, but you know, just contact us and let us know. We also, I forgot to mention too, we have an agency plan. So a lot of agencies will bring multiple people. And so if you have that situation, contact Elizabeth and she'll work that directly out with you. I don't know why I keep forgetting to say that. We had like 4 agencies do that last year. So it is a good place to bring staff, you know, split up in the breakout rooms. You go here, you go here. It's pretty crazy. So, but anyways, thank you, Chris, for your time. I super appreciate it. I know Mondays are Mondays. So
you actually saved me some work because I do a live stream every day and I didn't know what to talk about today. So now.
Oh, awesome. So perfect. So, and then I'll send you the video. I'll put the video up on Google Drive if you want to take it and do something with it too. So.
Cool.
Anyway, so thank you everybody. Thank you for joining us again. Don't forget to subscribe. I hate that word.
Yeah, come see me in person. Despite what Elizabeth said, I'm actually quite charming.
Exactly.
You're absolutely charming, but I also know you were pretty shy in 2023. So
that was my first event. So
okay, well, you did great. Yeah, you and Amber. I try to get her out to more stuff. If those of you who don't know, Amber is our project manager, and we love and adore her on so many multiple levels. But she legitimately came to the conference just because of you, Chris. You know that, right?
I do. I've heard that a couple of times. That's very flattering, and I don't really know how to respond when people say that, but I definitely appreciate it.
Well, I mean, you know, she was one of the early people on Legit, and you know, she really respects you a lot. So
yeah.
So she was fangirling, like in the most appropriate way, right?
That's funny. That's awesome. So, well, anyways, thank you everybody for joining us. You know, reach out.
Early? Do you have nothing else to talk about?
Well, no, I do. We have a question. I just saw this. Give some advice for beginners who want to build up an agency. All right, Chris, you go first.
Figure out who you want to help and how you can help them rather than just trying to work for everybody. That doesn't necessarily mean niche down, because I think that's bad advice that a lot of people give. But most people will try to just start selling shit and have no part of my language, but have no idea who they're trying to sell to or why that person should buy from them. If you know who you're going to sell to, and then you can tell them why they should buy, why their life will be better if they use your agency versus the 10 trillion other agencies out there. So be unique and do something that can actually help somebody. That's how you make money, is you solve problems for people.
I'm going to jump in on that one. So for somebody who is brand new wanting to build up an agency, from the very, very, very beginning, have your processes and your systems outlined of how you're going to do the work and how that's going to look. Because I can tell you from experience, waiting till you're several years in and like having to redo your processes when they weren't like completely laid out in the beginning is kind of a nightmare. So always think of the end in mind, like what you want your agency to look like in like 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, and work backwards to kind of solidify what that looks like, wireframe it out, and get a solid support team of people to support you as you build your agency. Not just like yes people, but people that will critically think with you and give you some of those hard questions to really evaluate, like, why are you doing this? What is your goal? And, you know, what does that look like for you?
Yeah, and I'll add to it about knowing your numbers.
Yeah.
Pay attention to your expenses. You have to apply dollar amounts to your time. Yeah. Don't think just because that you work 6 hours at that time shouldn't be part of your numbers. So your numbers are your numbers, and that's going to help you figure out where you can save. It'll help you figure out obviously how much you can charge. You know, but really, really, really dig in and know your numbers. You know,
remember to pay yourself. A lot of like beginner agencies will think that they charge, you know, $1,500 and then forget, and like that just covers their expenses, and they forget that they have to make money too.
Exactly. Yep. That's all part of knowing your numbers. You know, you have to have a value. You first starting off, you know, I did the first websites for free just because I needed some sort of portfolio. But as soon as that was done, I knew how much I was going to charge. And this was back in the old HTML days when it took, you know, 10 grand in 6 weeks to do a website compared to today. But, you know, still know your numbers, you know, and I hate to say it this way, but don't undercut yourself.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, you need to make like profit for your company and pay yourself. Those are two different things.
100%. So anyways, good question. Thank you for that. Anybody else got a question you want to throw in here? We got
I want more questions. I like answering questions. That's fun.
Okay. Let me see if I missed one up here. I think they're all Chris's employees.
Actually, I see a couple employees. The rest are just people that follow me.
That's awesome.
Nice.
For whatever reason, when I do StreamYards with you guys, there's an option to share it to my channel. And I don't get that with anybody else I do this with. I don't know what setting that is.
Well, I have it open to, it's a setting in StreamYard that you're open to let it be shared.
Oh.
It's actually one of the reasons I picked StreamYard.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I think you're the one that told me to use StreamYard.
I wish other people had enabled that, because like I've done a lot of these lately and I've never had that option. So
yeah, it's pretty cool. I try to do it too, but I forget most of it.
Terry forgets the like, share, subscribe button and follow. He always forgets like the sequence. I'm going to put it on his sticky note in front of his computer.
Yeah. All right. So let me do this. Is a question. I think I've taken several courses on SMMA, and most of the gurus advise me to niche down, but I haven't seen the expected results from doing so. What strategy actually works to gain consistent clients in the SEO and content writing field?
The only one that will work in a content writing field is time travel. People don't want to pay for content anymore for the most part. They want to push 4 buttons and have AI generate it for them. For consistent client, you just have to offer something that people need, and then create something that people need and then tell them about it. I know that sounds overly simplistic, but That's kind of the thing. And I actually don't agree with those gurus. I think niching down is kind of stupid in the beginning because you are eliminating 90% of the world that can buy from you. You know, maybe later down the road, you can get to where you can niche down and just be particular. But when you're just trying to start and make money, you need to say yes as often as possible.
And I was going to say the exact same thing. I'm niche down now, but I've been doing it 14 years. So you don't want to trap yourself at the beginning. Obviously, don't go into stupid niches too. You know, don't go into gambling for $1,000 a month. You're going to get your ass kicked. So, but you know, just, you know, don't, like home services, you know, that's a big niche. You can make a lot of money in home services. And then you can, after you do that, and after you find out, wow, I like doing, you know, electricians a lot better than roofers, you know, so now you can start drilling that down. But yeah, at the beginning, just go after everything you can get. But again, you know, I'm a tester guy. So, you know, I always ask people, do you have your own website that you're ranking? You know, do you have your own website that you're writing content for? You know, stuff that you can use for your own case studies. You know, I mean, I rank #1 for Phoenix SEO. It's probably the craziest keyword in the world, but I don't have to close people. Yeah. Hey, does this really work? Well, you called me, you know. So, but yeah, it's you know, niching down again. I think you have to have some you know, experience underneath your belt in different niches before you can decide to niche down. So. Hope that helps.
Well, and when you niche down, that just means that you're an authority in that space. And so in the beginning, if you're not niching down, you're getting that experience. You're going to learn a lot of things about a lot of different niches, a lot of different, you know, services, clients, who you like to work with, who you don't like to work with, like Terry said. And then that experience is valuable. So, you know, and again, like we had a very hard lesson. We niched down and then COVID hit and wiped out our niche. So I'm not like the biggest proponent in niching down because of that. You don't want to put all your eggs in one basket and then you're kind of screwed. You want to be adaptable as things ebb and flow in the industry and in society so that, you know, you're not just pigeonholed into one specific thing. Like I only deal with, you know, X.
Yeah. It also goes into what we were saying earlier about having put SEO in our brand names in the beginning, right? Like now we want to do other things and people are so simple-minded that it's very difficult for them to get past that. That's what you do. Like you do more than that. Like even with my YouTube channel, I've struggled to get people that are interested in other topics other than SEO or freelancing because I've talked about that for so long.
Yeah. Well, and what do people really know about SEO? I mean, except for those of us in the industry, like the end user doesn't. So if you keep your brand broad enough, you know, ideally at the end of the day, that business wants more clients. How you achieve that could be irrelevant at some point, you know?
100%.
And that circles back to Chris saying you need to solve a problem for your customer or client. What is the problem that they're having? How can you solve it? Because whether you get them on the maps or you get them through organic search or you get them through paid ads, a client is a client is a client.
Yep.
100%. Yep. All right. Well, thank you, Chris, for your time. I appreciate everything.
Oh, my pleasure.
I will be going on Legit this afternoon.
Thank you.
I will test out the AI feature.
Please do. Please do. I haven't quite figured out how to like inform everybody about it. You know what I mean? It's real hard to like sell new features. So
it is too, especially if it's something that, you know, and you know, not just selling new features, but how is everybody gonna like the new feature type of thing? Yeah. You know, because there's SaaSes out there right now that added new features that kind of destroyed their SaaS.
Yeah.
So, you know,
we learned the hard way early on how do I say this nicely? The most requested features are not always the features that we need to be spending time on. Because like we built an app that we don't really need, or lots of other stuff like that, the loudest voices aren't necessarily the right voices. I'll just put it that way.
Yeah, for sure. 100%. So anyways, Elizabeth, you got anything else?
I can't think of anything else unless y'all have more questions.
Yeah, nope, I'm pretty good. So, anyways, join us next week at 10 o'clock Pacific time for another edition of Tech Talk with T&E. And we are going to be starting some individual webinars for spring training with multiple speakers talking about different stuff. So watch out for that. Anyways, again, thank you, everybody. Have a great Monday, a great week, and let us know again if there's anything we can help you with.
Peace.